Hello, dear students. As per the CBCS BSc Life Science third year, fifth semester botany subject, having two units. One is cell biology, another one is plant genetics. Under plant genetics, today we will learn about gene interaction. Before going to the actual topic, let us once again we recapitulate what is the connectivity between the previous chapter and present chapter. Then only we can easily understand the phenomena and the connectivity between these two chapters. Okay, so in the first chapter, first chapter that is introduction of genetics and Mendel laws. Mendel was a fortunate person. We already discussed in the first chapter. Why Mendel was a fortunate person? Because from the selection of experimental tool as pea plant, he is a lucky person because he chose the pea plant. In the pea plant, he observed only 7 pairs of visual characters. And whatever the responsible genes which are manifest, the 7 pairs of visual characters, the genes are located in different chromosomes or separated chromosomes. The genes are not linked. So there is no linkage between the genes. And moreover, single character is governed by one allele and a pair of contrast genes which are helps in the expression of a single character. And moreover, among the 7 pairs of character, whenever he choose 2 pairs, he always got similar ratio in F2 generation. If it is monohybrid, that is 3:1. If it is dihybrid, that is 9:3:3:1. Moreover, Mendel, you don't know about the chromosomes or the nucleus or the DNA, but he coined one term that is factor. Factor is responsible for the expression of a character. That factor is later it is called as gene. So these are the things we already discussed in first chapter. But Mendel afterwards, later on, many geneticists conducted hybridization experiments on various plants. But those are not able to get similar ratios, that is 9:3:3:1 or 3:1. So that's why the extension of Mendelian genetics leads to another subject. Today we learn about gene interaction. Today we learn about gene interaction. Gene interaction is nothing but is an extension of Mendelian genetics. Normally, every chromosome contains many genes which are arranged in a sequential linear order. Different alleles of one gene can interact in various ways. That means the two genes interact with each other with respect to addition or subtractive or modify the character or the inhibit the character or the reversing the character in different ways. They are interact with each other that reflect we are getting different type of phenotypes. So one is additive action of two different alleles produce a single phenotypic action. Sometimes either two alleles collectively or individually express same character, and the two genes which are responsible for the expression of a same character. Sometimes one gene of allele masks other allele gene character in dominant or recessive form. The expression of trait may be dependent on the interaction of two or more genes. Majority of the traits are determined by multiple factors, not only single one. Multiple factors are responsible for the expression of different characters. Sometimes maybe genetic factors or sometimes environmental factors also influenced. But this chapter, gene action, leads to the modification of typical dihybrid ratio and trihybrid ratio. Whatever the ratio get in the Mendel's experiment, that is completely changed. So due to the interaction between the genes only. So these are the things we can easily understand about the gene action. So next one we can go for gene interaction. We can divide it into two types. One is intra-allelic gene action. Another one is inter-allelic gene action. Intra-allelic gene action means, you know very well, allele means a pair of contrast genes which are responsible for particular phenotypic character. Within the allele, the genes are belongs to same allele. They are interact with each other. It leads to a different ratio. The best example for intra-allelic gene action is incomplete dominance. Another one is co-dominance. Third one is lethal genes, which are the best examples for intra-allelic gene action. The second type is inter-allelic gene action. That means that two genes belongs to two different alleles. They interact with each other in different ways. It shows or it reflects a different type of phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation. Based on the interaction, the genes are called as complementary genes, dominant epistasis, recessive epistasis, duplicatory genes, and last one is inhibitory genes. So these are the best example for interallelic gene action. So let us discuss one by one. So first we can discuss about intra-allelic gene action. So intra-allelic gene action, you know very well, we compare the with comparison with the Mendel monohybrid experiments. Normally in the monohybrid experiments, we can get F2 ratio, that is 3 is to 1 phenotypic ratio and 1 is to 2 is to 1 genotypic ratio. But due to the interaction between the two genes of the same allele, we are getting 1 is to 2 is to 1 as phenotypic ratio. But the action is different with respect to incomplete dominance and codominance. So first of all, we can go for incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance means the condition when neither of the alleles is dominant, rather combine and display a new trait by mixing of the two alleles is called as incomplete dominance. In the F1 generation, we are getting a intermediate character which are not resemble with parental characters due to one kind of action between the two genes of the allele. Neither of both the allele is dominant and give a new trait. Best example is snapdragon and Mirabilis jalapa for a plant. In this F1 hybrids, both the alleles are blend their effect or mixing of the character. One of the two is more noticeable. The hybrid will always give rise to new phenotype. They are not at all resemble or similar to the parents. Example, the intermediate effect is seen in of the hybrid of the two alleles. Example, red flower and white flower plant crossed with in the F1 generation, pink flowers are origin. And among the F1 self-pollinated and the F2 generation, we obtain 1 is to 2 is to 1 ratio. One is red color, two is the pink color, one is the white color. So just you can go through this. This is the dominant. Caplar is red color. And this is recessive, smaller is a recessive character. But we are getting an intermediate type of phenotypic character. This is intermediate phenotypic character. So that is pink color. The pink color may not resemble with parental types. So it is a new phenotypic trait achieved by interaction between the two alleles, that is capital and another one is small r. So blending of the character, the blending of the character takes place. We are getting different phenotype, that is incomplete dominance. But in case of codominance, the condition when both the alleles of a gene are dominant and the traits are equally expressed called as codominance. In the F1 heterozygous condition, both the genes are expressed equally. That's why we are getting both parental characters in single organism. So just you can go through that one. So the same phenomena observed in the plant. So the independent effect is produced of the two alleles, red flower and white flowered plant crossed with each other. We are getting in F1 and F2 generation, red and white flowers. So this is the red and white mixture we can see. So here red character is there and white character is also there. The small r which affect the white, capital R which affect the red color. So both characters are seen. This is not a new phenotype. It is a similar to the parent, but both parental characters are seen in heterozygous condition. So such type of gene action is called as codominance. In the incomplete dominance is the blending of the character, and in the codominance, both the genes of the allele expressed equally. So that's both the genes are dominant. So that's why every gene try to express its character. So that's why two characters are seen in the flower. That is red and white mixture we can see in the codominance. So just you can go through this figure. Codominance, both equally expressed, red flowers and white flowers. But incomplete dominance, alleles are blend the character. Red and white combines with each other. We are getting a new phenotype that is pink. So this is the best example for intra-allelic gene action, incomplete dominance and codominance. One more good example for codominance. Codominance and not only multiple alleles also. Good example is a human blood group system. ABO blood group system in human beings is an example for both codominance and as well as multiple alleles. Normally, an allele containing two contrast pair of the genes. Sometimes a single gene appear in more than two versions. Sometimes three versions are there. So a single gene appeared in more than three versions. That is called as multiple allele. Example, in human beings, the blood groups are determined by the two type of antigens present in the surface coating of RBC, that is A and B. In the human population, three different alleles are for ABO blood group systems are found. So the this is IA and IB and IO. These are the three versions of the IG. So that normally an allele containing two genes only, but here capital I seen in three versions, IA and IB, another one is IO. So these three versions of the gene determine the blood group system. So for example, you can go through that. A person is having only two of these three alleles, and the blood type can be determined by their based on the antigen types. Total 6 genotypes combinations are possible with these three alleles. So these three alleles, by the combination of any two, we are getting 6 type of blood groups. So IA-IO is a genotype of the blood A group, and IA-IA also in the homozygous condition A group. In the IB-IO and the IB-IB, both the genotypes are determine the blood group B, and IA-IB both are determined in the heterozygous condition AB blood group. Without antigens, IO-IO, that is O group. So blood groups are best example for codominance and as well as multiple alleles. And how we can explain about the codominance with the blood group. So in case of AB blood group, IA and IB, both the genes are expressed equally. A antigen produce the glycoproteins and B antigens also produce the glycoproteins on the surface of the RBC. So both are expressed, that is called codominance. You can see here codominance and three type of versions seen for a single gene, that is I gene appear in IA and IB and IO also. So this is one of the good examples. So next go to second type of gene action, that is interallelic or non-allelic gene action. Interallelic means whatever the action you noticed in between the two genes which are belongs to two different alleles, it producing a single character. So in these, first we can explain about the complementary genes. So complementary genes, it is one kind of a modified Mendelian ratio. Normally represented by 9:7 ratio in the F2 generation. Here, two dominant genes, that is C and P, belongs to two different alleles, interact with each other to producing a single character in combination. So, in the absence of CRP gene, it producing a normal character. So, best example is Lathyrus odoratus. So, this plant produced two type of flowers. One type of flowers appear in purple color, another one is white color. So Bateson and Punnett, both are the scientists, conducted hybridization experiments on Lathyrus odoratus. They proved that the complementary genes are present on the chromosomes. So for example, how the color is imparted to the flowers. So first of all, the raw material is there. The raw material is act as a precursor 1. The precursor 1 converted into precursor 2 or intermediate substance known as chromogen with the help of C gene. The C gene responsible for particular enzyme. That enzyme helps to conversion from precursor 1 to precursor 2. So C gene is responsible for precursor 1 to precursor 2 change. And in the same way, P gene is also required for getting purple color. Precursor 2 converted into anthocyanin pigment by the action of P gene only. In the absence of P gene, there is no chance of this reaction. So precursor 2 convert into anthocyanin purple pigment in the presence of P gene. So if flowers are in purple color, both the genes are required, C gene and P gene. In the absence of C or in the absence of P, they are unable to produce the pigment. That's why those flowers are appearing white color. Just go through that. A cross made between two homozygous white colored flowers. So what are the two genotypes of the parental plants? Capital C, small p, small p. Here only one dominant gene is there. So that's why it is white color. Here also one dominant gene is there. It is also white color. So a cross made between the two white colored flowers plant. In F1 generation only we are getting purple flowers. On the self-pollination of F1 plants, we get 9:7 ratio. So just you can go through that one. So white and white cross with each other. In the F1 we can get purple because the purple color required both the genes C and P. That is a collectively impart the character. So the color character is manifested by the action of these two genes, that is C and P. So when among the F1 plants self-pollinated in the F2 generation, we are getting whatever the genotypes obtained in the F2 ratio that containing C and P that become purple. If any one of the dominant gene absent, definitely it is appearing white. So these 7 plants appear in white color. So that's why the Mendelian ratio 9:3:3:1 is modified as 9:7. So this type of gene interaction is known as complementary genes. Complementary genes, good example is sweet pea plant to flower color. Next, second one is another type of gene interaction, epistasis. Epistasis describes a certain relationship between the genes. When an allele of a gene suppress or hidden, sometimes mask, inhibit the visual output or expression of another gene. The gene that inhibits the other gene expression is known as epistatic gene. The gene that is masked or inhibited is called as hypostatic gene. So, for example, these are the two chromosomes, homologous chromosome. One is paternal, another one is maternal. This chromosome containing A, B, C, D genes. So, A is one allele, another one is B, another allele. One of the gene of the allele, one of the gene of the allele should mask or hidden the character of gene B of a different allele. So A gene is called as this A gene is called as this A gene is called as epistatic gene. Here B gene is called as hypostatic gene. A gene masks the character of B gene, or A gene is mask the character of B gene. So in the same way, another pair of genes are there, that is a capital E, one allele, and the smallest one is another allele. This small F gene is also inhibits the character of E gene. So sometimes dominant gene inhibits the character of other gene. A recessive gene is also suppress the character of E gene. So such type of action is called as recessive epistasis. This called as dominant epistasis. The just you can go through that one. In Mendel monohybrid experiment, all heterozygous F1 plants also exhibit epistasis, but it is called as dominance. For example, in the Mendel monohybrid experiments, we already studied, that is capital T, small t, or sometimes capital R, small r. The capital T, small t in heterozygous condition, it produces only tall character. But what about the dwarf character? The dwarf character is masked by the action of capital T gene, but it is not epistasis. That is called as dominance, because it involves the intra-allelic gene action. But epistasis involves interallelic gene action. Epistasis occurs between the two genes of different alleles. So that is, you remind in your mind, that is a difference between the dominance and epistasis. Dominance is also one kind of epistasis, but it is not at all treated as epistasis because that is intra-allelic gene action. Okay, so next we can go through the detail about the dominant epistasis. When dominant allele A masks the expression of B, so A can express itself only the presence of B or small b allele. So B can express only when A is present. That means whenever A and B genes are there in the genotype, A always masks the character of B. Okay. So B itself expressed in the presence of recessive type. That means capital A gene is absent, then only capital B expresses its character. Okay, so good example for dominant epistasis is fruit color in summer squash. Example is cucurbita pepo. There are three types of fruit colors in the cucumber. One is white, another one is yellow, third one is green. White color dominant over the yellow and green. Yellow color dominant over the green. So ultimately, white is dominant over the yellow and green. Yellow is dominant over the green. So a cross made between the two homozygous white colored fruit and green colored fruit cucurbita plants. In F1 generation, only heterozygous white colored fruits are obtained. On self-pollination of F1 plants, we getting three type of phenotypes. Um, they are calculated in 2:3:1 ratio. So just you can go through that one. So here white, homozygous white, another one is homozygous green. plants are crossed with each other. In the F1, we are getting only white. So, okay, this is the capital W, this is the small y, capital Y, sorry, capital W, capital Y. So, here, capital W hinder or hidden the character of capital Y gene. So, that's why all F1 plants are in white only. So, among the self-pollination in F1 plants, we are getting these 16 genotypes. 16 genotypes are represented by white and yellow and green color fruits. So when we are getting white color, W and Y, both the dominant genes are there. So W is the epistatic gene, Y is the hypostatic gene. Epistatic means a gene which masks the gene other gene cap, and a gene masked, that is called hypostatic gene. So W is epistatic gene, Y is equal to hypostatic gene. So that's why instead of unable to express the Y character here, so that's why it is 9. And here there is no capital Y gene, so that's why W itself expresses its original character, that is white 3. But when we are getting the yellow character, in the absence of capital W only, we are getting yellow character. So that is yellow is 3. And both the genes are in the recessive form, it produces green color. So total, the F2 phenotypic ratio in the dominant epistasis is 9 is 12 is to 3 is to 1. So because these 9 plus 3 are combines, we are getting 12 here. So 12 is to 3 is to 1 is the characteristic ratio of dominant epistasis. So here we can easily understand how the two genes are interacted with each other by hindering or the hidden or inhibit the character of other gene. Next, recessive epistasis. It is also same similar type of action, but here the recessive allele of one gene masks the action of or phenotypic expression of allele of another gene. This type of epistasis is called as recessive epistasis. Previously, a dominant gene masks the character of another dominant gene, but here a recessive gene masks the dominant gene character. That's why it's called as recessive epistasis. So here just you can go through that one. The allele B express itself when epistatic locus has dominant allele. So B itself expressed in the presence of dominant gene only. If both the genes are in small a, it unable to express. So best example for this recessive epistasis is coat color in mice. So in the mice or rodents, generally observe three type of colors. One is agouti, another one is black, third one is albino. Wild mice have individual hairs with agouti pattern. Agouti color means the skin hairs with black or brown bands with yellow pigment. That agouti character produced by dominant allele A. The black color produced by the capital C gene. Capital C gene is responsible for the black color. And albino mice lacks totally in pigment, and hairs appear in white color. Hairs appear in white color. So just coat color in mice. So just albino mice lacks totally in pigment and hairs appears in white color. So when a homozygous black mice crossed with a homozygous albino, F1 progeny are always agouti. When F1 progeny self F2 ratio modified as 9 is to 3 is to 4. So once we can observe checkerboard, we can easily understood. So black mice. So black mice genotype is capital C, small a, cross with albino mice, that is a small c, capital A, capital A. The F1 generation heterozygous in nature and represented a gouty color in the mice. After self-pollination, self-crossing of two agouti mice, in the F2 generation, we are getting three type of phenotypes in 9:3:4. So just you can here examine here only, just you can. Agouti color is represented by capital C and capital A. Okay. The C is the responsible for the black color. So when A is in recessive condition, small capital C express its own character, that is black. So that's why we are getting in three genotypes black color. What about these three important ones? Just you can go through that one. See here, C in recessive condition. This is called small c, and capital A, capital. Actually, we are getting a new character here, but this small c gene in the recessive condition, it masks the character of capital A gene. So that's why it almost all similar as like small c, small c, small a, small. Actually, here small c is the wrong one. So small c, capital A, capital A, it indicates albino due to the recessive epistasis. See here, the small c gene masks the character of capital A dominant gene. Character. So that's why here A unable to express its character. It masked by the small c gene. Here also small c gene masks the character of A gene and the small c gene suppress the A character. So, but the last one is completely homozygous recessive. It is a albino without any color. So white hairs are present in the rats. So that's why the 3 plus 1 become as 4, 9:3:4 is the character feature of recessive epistasis. Next. Next one is duplicatory genes. Duplicatory genes, one more kind of gene action. Here, two different alleles of genes. Example A, comma B genes determine the same phenotypic character, either individually or collectively. It means, according to the Mendel, a single gene is responsible for the particular character, but later on it will be changed. Many genes are contribute to a single phenotypic character. In the same way, A and B genes individually or collectively, they produce same type of character. So best example is fruit shape in shepherd pulse. Shepherd pulse is a Fabaceae member. It produces capsule type fruit. The shape of the capsule is maybe triangular or oval or round shape. Just we can two homozygous plants with the triangular and the oval shaped capsules crossed with each other. We are getting triangular only because here both the genes are there, capital A and capital B, both the genes. If capital A is enough to produce the triangular character, or sometimes capital B is enough to produce the triangular character. Both our genes are available. These both the genes are responsible for the triangular character. That means the two genes belongs to different alleles. They contribute the same character collectively or individually. So next, among the F1 population, self-pollination takes place. We are getting F2 progeny. In the F2 progeny, any genotype which containing either A or B or both the genes, definitely the plant should produce triangular capsule only. The last homozygous recessive genotype, it produces only oval type because there is no capital A gene and a capital B gene also. So that's why we are getting a different character in the recessive condition. So that is oval character. So by adding these 9 plus 3 plus 3, it becomes as 15. 15:1 ratio is a characteristic feature of duplicatory genes. So these are all good examples in the gene action. So gene action is one of the important chapter sometimes in the PG entrance examinations, like CSIR, set examinations. So uh, some MCQ type questions are generally frequently asked in the examinations. So that's why students, most of the students are confused with the action between the two genes. But everybody remember what type of action is going on between the two genes. That is very, very important. Okay. Next class we can go through another